This beaver couldn't chew through a branch no matter how hard he tried. His companions laughed at him loudly. Seeing this, I scared his companions away. The beaver suddenly turned around and discovered that I was standing right behind him. I handed him an axe and even tied a cape around his neck. Then I began drawing a blueprint of a palace on the ground and told him to build it for me. To thank me for standing up for him, the beaver immediately began cutting down trees like crazy. In just half a day, we had already built the rough shape of a palace. However, I was not satisfied at all. I wanted a palace that was taller and larger. Although the beaver was extremely unhappy, under my pressure he had no choice but to keep working. In just another half day, he had cut down half the forest. When I woke from my sleep, I was shocked to find myself suspended in midair. I could see the clouds and the mountains, which filled me with awe. But at that moment, a massive storm struck, and the palace began to collapse. Fortunately, I escaped in time and survived. But when I saw the beaver still staring blankly at the bare tree stumps on the ground, I angrily walked up to him and shouted, threatening him to rebuild the palace. The beaver angrily threw down his axe, but I grabbed him and hurled him violently into the distance. As the palace was about to completely collapse, I rushed forward desperately, trying to support the 10,000-ton palace with my own body. Even so, the beaver showed no intention of helping at all. Just then, the giant tree behind the beaver was uprooted, and the palace collapsed with a thunderous crash, turning into ruins. The beaver barely survived by clinging tightly to a piece of exposed tree root on the ground. Meanwhile, as I was swept away by the hurricane, I continued cursing him non-stop. At last, the beaver could endure no more. He picked up the axe from the ground and hurled it at me with all his strength. After who knows how long, the forest returned to calm. I fell from the sky, and the moles underground looked at me in confusion. But the very next second, I immediately handed the moles a spoon. Once again, I was full of smug satisfaction, because this way I could make the moles build an underground palace for me. The moles dug tirelessly, and it would soon be finished. But what we didn't know was that we were about to dig straight into an underground river.